If you are not planning for a trade to go against you, that means you are just a gambler. If you believe that every trade is going to just go your way and you only need to plan for where you're going to take profits, then you will not be successful in the long term. Any trade that you enter, you should be having a clear idea of where the trade might go wrong and where you want to exit. In this video, I'm going to be going over two trades I took today. One was on Tesla and one was on Nvidia. They were both to the short side, and I'm going to explain to you guys where I exited and why I exited and why I had a exact price level for my exit. So for the first trade, I'm going to go over Tesla. So as you guys can see, Tesla rallied today. We had a 7% day. So Tesla was green, 7% on the day today. But I took shorts on Tesla, and I took a very, very small 5% loss on Tesla, which could have been so much worse if I ended up holding the trade and just hoping that it would go my way. So let me explain this trade to you guys. So if we go on replay really quick, I'm going to show you guys what I was watching for Tesla. So I seen Tesla was approaching this 240 area. So this 240 area is a very significant area. It's a supply level. It's an old demand zone that became a supply level. We have buyers there, we have sellers there, and there's a lot of action in that area. And I knew that if Tesla came to this area after being extremely overextended, those sellers can step in here and push this thing back down, possibly to VWAP. But I had a clear idea that if this trade goes against me, something like this could happen and it could start moving to the upside. And I needed to be prepared for that and be ready to take a stop loss if that was to happen. So now I'm going to quickly show you guys the chart for Tesla on Bookmaps, where when it started to test that 240 area. So I'm going to enlarge this photo, and this is that 240 area right here. And as you guys can see, there was a lot of selling pressure there, and I don't have a photo of it, but there was over 300,000 sell orders sitting there. But we can see from this right here. So if you look at this big old green bubble right here, all those sellers were met with this huge buying pressure, which tells me immediately that I need to get out of shorts. Buyers are hungry, they are strong, and they are taking those sellers out. And right here at this 240 area, originally right here, there was a big red candle, big red spot that showed 300,000 sell orders. And as you can see, it is diminishing, it is disappearing. And we have some sell orders up here, but this is only 4,000 shares and 9,000 orders, nothing compared to 300,000. And then if Tesla is able to break through that huge wall of sellers, that tells me I need to exit my short idea because these buyers can absolutely squeeze this thing higher. And I exited my short area as soon as Tesla started to break. So as soon as I seen that break of 240, once we started testing about 240 and 10 cents, 240, 20 cents, I was out of this trade completely, and I did not want to be bag holding if Tesla continued to rally. And I'm going to show you the alert that I sent out after I grabbed the short. So you can see I said I grabbed one Tesla short, but I said above 240 and 10 cents is my stop loss. So I knew those sellers were sitting at 240. I gave myself that 10-cent kind of gap or wiggle room in case this thing does want to reject or if it wicks. But I had this game plan as soon as I entered my short idea. And that is what trading is about. Trading is about entering an idea, but knowing your exact area where you would take a stop loss, your exact area if the trade goes against you. And now if I show you Tesla, how it performed for the rest of the day, we can see when it came to that 240 area, it struggled a little bit. You can see it struggled a little bit. It kind of consolidated, but it eventually broke out, and Tesla moved, let's see, almost 2% higher after that breakout. And I was not part of that. I was not part of that suffering to the upside while I'm bag holding a short position. Tesla obviously can come down, it can drop tomorrow, the next day, but I do not want to be in that type of position. There is no reason for me to be in that type of position. Now I'm going to show you guys my second trade, which was on Nvidia, and I'm going to show you guys the game plan and how you kind of set up a plan for yourself. So in pre-market, there was a couple key areas for Nvidia that I had on watch. So we have this 118.59 area, we have this 119.50, and this $120 zone. And all of these areas had a lot of selling pressure. A lot of sellers were sitting at this area, and I knew that those sellers can push Nvidia right back down. And this wasn't just normal selling pressure. Let me show you guys. So if we go right here, we can see at $120, the $120 level, we can see that there was over 1 million sell orders that were placed. This is a huge wall that is going to be hard for Nvidia to break through, and I was more than willing to take the risk. And now, once again, I don't know. Nvidia could come here and reject and move lower. It could come here and reject and move lower, or it could come here and reject and move lower. So the only thing I can do is add at every position. So I added a short position here, anticipating the pullback with a small position. And then I added a little bit more here at that 1950 area. And I was willing to add a little bit more at the $120 area, anticipating this push back down. But where is my stop loss? So my stop loss is right here. So my stop loss is if we start to break 120, because if we start to break 120, then I know this is the kind of trade I was looking for. Maybe something like this. If we break above 120 and Nvidia takes out those sellers, it can absolutely squeeze the same way we seen Tesla, because when you take those sellers out, Nvidia now has 1 million orders of liquidity to push this thing higher, and it can absolutely run like crazy. And like I said before, I do not want to be there. My stop loss is tight. It's very small compared to the reward I am seeking. And now if we play this, you can see this trade worked out great. I added in my first position, kind of right here, and then I added again right here, and I actually added one more contract up here, and I was waiting. I wanted Nvidia to test 120 so I can take this major move. It never happened. I eventually ended up selling Nvidia right here because it was getting kind of late in the day. I wish I held a little bit longer. As you can see, it started moving down to that 117 area, but regardless, I had a plan for my exit. More important than having an area of profit taking is to have an area of a stop loss. And that is the lesson I want you guys to take from this video. When you are entering a trade, sit back and ask yourself, what if this goes against me? Because there is a strong chance that it could go against you. Where are you going to exit? All right, guys, that is all for this video. I hope you took some value from this video. If you are absolutely new to trading and you want to learn about trading, in the description below, I'm going to leave my Instagram. Just go on there and DM me the word trading, and I'll send you over information. All right, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.